Joining us now on Encounter, we have Mette, who is the Catholic musician and speaker, and he has a unique ministry, travels around the country, and you do it in an Airstream, like a camper.
You got to do it with style. I mean, you got to have style, you know.
Maybe if you could take us back, tell us how this all developed and what made you decide to do this.
Sure. 2 or 3 years ago, I was traveling around by myself, and I was playing concerts, and that's kind of what you have to do as a musician. You go and you meet people and you play music, and I was doing that, but it was a challenge because I'm also a husband and a father. We have 5 kids, another one on the way soon, and so I was missing different moments of their life, and also a lot of times, to be honest, I was really getting spoiled. People would want to take you out and show you the best place to have soup or have whatever, and the best food, the best desserts. And so I called Michelle at the end of the night, hey, here's what I did, and she's like, yeah, I know. And MJ threw up again on me, and there was a disconnect there, and my heart just went out. And so I said, well, I wonder if there's a way that we could combine the two. And many people would look at traveling with kids as misery, but that's not been our experience. Our experience has been quite the opposite, that our kids really are very adaptable, and they just have learned so much about our great country.
And talk about the travels and what it's like ministering and being out there, traveling around the country. Talk about some of your experiences and the people that you meet in your ministry.
Oh man, I mean, we just have so many stories of just like fun things to do. Our kids have swam in both of the oceans, and we're from the Midwest, so that's like a big deal.
Yeah.
We've been to 41 of the 50 states. Had a chance just to see, really the grandeur of God's creation. Like when you it's one thing to kind of see a magazine in National Geographic and go, oh, okay, yeah, this is what the Bonneville Salt Flats look like. But then when you're out there and it's like as far as you can see, it's just nothing but flat and salt, and it's like, wow, you realize the diversity there. And then you drive through the mountains, or then you drive through the plains and nothing but mile after mile of wheat, or the beauty of the sunrise and the sun. Like, we've just been so blessed with seeing, I think, firsthand God's handiwork. And then that's not to say anything of the people that we've met and the generosity and the way that God has just continued to bless and open up doors for us. We've just been very humbled over the last 15 months.
Yeah, and it must be special too, the show's Encounter here, but to be able to encounter people face to face, in a unique way in so many different places too. So you see so many different types of people around the country, and maybe with different types of places in their faith life, I guess.
Yeah, we always find people that are in different places on their faith journey, but one of the things that's been the most interesting to me in my travels, I found that people are people everywhere, and people have the same hopes and dreams and insecurities and desires all over the world, really. That the faith really is universal. Like it answers some of the most fundamental questions that we all have. Why are we here, and how can we strive to be a better person, and that.
When you go to these parishes and places around the country too, what is your main goal that you would like to get from people, or have people come away with after a Mette night?
Sure. I'd like people to see that the faith is incarnate. That we believe in a God that's not just a series of beliefs, or it's not just some kind of moral code. It's a God that wants a personal relationship with us in spite of all of the messiness of life. And also, I always challenge people to use their gifts and talents to build up the church. I think that's a really important thing, that that we all have been given different gifts and talents, and it took me a while to figure out where God wanted to use mine. Yeah. But I feel really secure that this is where God wants to use me. And there's a fabulous diversity of gifts. St. Paul talks about the hand and the foot and the eye, and in Corinthians, where he talks about all the different parts, and not that one is better or worse, but that we all need to work together for the greater glory of God.
And we talked a little bit about it earlier, but traveling with your family, you said, can be challenging at times too, but have you found it's strengthened your family's faith, being together and being able to experience this whole ministry together?
It really has, because a lot of the times, like, I'll invite one of the kids just to sit up front with me, and it kind of becomes our own special, daddy-daughter time or something, or they'll help to see, help me with setting up or something. And so I think when you remove a lot of the the things that are good but can be distractions, things like soccer practice or getting to the recital or being on the PTA, or things that are good but they can sometimes just turn into a stress and kind of take on a life of their own. We don't have a lot of those, and so we rely on each other a lot of times for entertainment and for support. And I mean, I have a wealth of great memories of praying with my kids and great conversations. And I feel if there's one thing that I'm really proud that Michelle and I have done outside of the music, is that we really have a strong family culture that's very unique, and it's been attractive to people. Like people can see that. Like I think that they can see. One of the ways that we minister is just the ministry of presence, that our family is there, and it's something that our world really needs now with a lot of confusion about what marriage is, or children and their value, or all of these different things. We found that outside of playing music, just being there with a family and seeing the joy of the children, it draws people, and people are inspired by that.
And what's the future hold for you, Michael?
Oh man, I don't know. Talk to Guy. I'd like to. We're going to continue touring. Like we continually are praying, saying, "Where do you want to go?" And our hope is to move into a bus. The Airstream is a great tool for us, but we're kind of outgrowing that. We're really pushing the limits on almost everything there. Yeah. So hopefully, God willing, we'll be in a tour bus, and we're releasing a new album, and living the dream, making history.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being with us,
Thanks,
Michael.
Kevin.